What's going on, Raider Nation? We are back again. Got more rumors to discuss. Let's go. What's going on, Raider Nation? Raider Ed back again with a live show of the Real Raiders Talk. Today, we are going to be discussing the Justin Fields trade rumors that are starting to circle around the Raiders organization. We also are going to discuss a 2024 NFL draft trade scenario between the Raiders and the Jets. And we are also going to take a look at the NFL playoff picture and what are some things that need to happen in order for the Raiders to make the postseason if they happen to get on a run. Now, we are going to be realistic about it, but we also want to have some fun with this tonight. But salute to Sean Johnson also for pulling up. Salute Primos, let's get it. Also, salute to Sean Johnson for providing me all the information that you guys are going to hear tonight in regards to the Justin Fields trade rumors. To make sense of why I personally want a quarterback of the future, whether that is Aiden O'Connell or that is a quarterback we draft. We talked about it in the last live on why Aiden O'Connell deserves a shot, but we also discussed on why the Raiders need to go attack in the first round or in the second round for a quarterback. So that either which way you guys have your opinion on it. I know there's people who believe that Aiden O'Connell is the guy, and there is people out there that believe that Aiden O'Connell isn't the guy and say he is a career backup. I disagree with both of them, and I say he's playing like a backup as of right now, but he's also playing like a rookie. He's playing like a fourth-round pick. Is there a little upside to him? Yes, there is. But here's what I do not want the Raiders to do. I don't want the Raiders to miss on this draft and not address the quarterback situation based off a maybe. We think Aiden O'Connell is the guy. He might have the potential to get there. He might have it. You're guessing if Aiden O'Connell has it. And if you're stuck with him as the starting quarterback, then you are in a bad place to be. You are then going to be stuck. Everything else can be around and work for Aiden O'Connell. But if he does not turn out to be the guy and he completely is that 2-touchdown quarterback, that 1-touchdown quarterback, he's just efficient enough to throw over 200 yards and take care of the football, but he can't score points. If that is where his struggle is, he is going to be average, and the Raiders will again be waiting on a quarterback for the future, and they possibly could miss some generational talents in the 2024 draft. Salute to my guy, Van City, in the building. He says the team is middling. Being stuck in the middle is the worst place to be. This team has too much talent to finish in the top 7. The only way to get out of the middle is by being aggressive. And that's what I'm thinking, Van City. If we are betting on this Raiders team to lose out, it possibly could happen. But losing sucks. Losing sucks. But if it happens, the bright side of that is they get a top pick. The con of that is Antonio Pierce here as the head coach. Is Champ Kelly here as the GM? Or are we going to go, the likelihood of that is going to be the odds is 99-1. And the likelihood of us getting a new head coach and a new general manager, that is a possibility. Now them going 3-2, I can see Antonio Pierce possibly coming back. They finished at an 8-9, 9-8 record. I can see Antonio Pierce and Champ Kelly coming back. But Van City, you hit it right on the button. In the 2024 draft, the Raiders are going to have to get aggressive. The reason why I say that is because they were going to be aggressive with the C.J. Stroud trade. Ziegler didn't pull on it because Josh McDaniels wanted Bryce Young. They couldn't get Bryce Young. Josh McDaniels said a trade is not happening. We're staying at 7, and we're going to go get Tyree Wilson. Now, if Josh McDaniels haven't said anything, and Ziegler is in full control of that situation, CJ Stroud is a Raider, and we could possibly be talking about the Raiders in a different kind of light. But right now, they have Aiden O'Connell as their starting quarterback. They do not have CJ Stroud. And I am saying next season, we have to be aggressive in the first round. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me on it, and that is okay. That is why I'm coming live, so I can hear your guys' opinions, hear your guys' thoughts. But I do believe the Raiders should make a trade in the 2024 draft. We will get in that more later. Let's talk about the rumors that are circulating around the Las Vegas Raiders and Chicago Bears starting quarterback Justin Fields. Shout out to silverandblackpride.com. They wrote an article by Bill Williamson, Raiders quarterback 2024. Would Justin Fields be a fit? This is already chatter. Raiders can make a play for the Bears starter. Could Justin Fields be the Las Vegas Raiders starting quarterback in 2024? The subject was broached by the Las Vegas Review-Journal in the recent days. So let's do what we do in this community and discuss it. It appears for the second offseason, the Raiders will be in search for a new quarterback, so expect a lot of names to be discussed. Raiders trade for Justin Fields in the new CBS 2024 mock draft. That is a related article. I'm not going to click on that just yet. Actually, you know what? I'm going to click on it. We're going to put it in the back burner. We're going to wait on that for a bit because that is also a possibility. And of course, a lot depends on who will be the top decision makers. Las Vegas owner Mark Davis will have a coaching and general manager to search. He could end up sticking with the interim tandem of Antonio Pierce and Champ Kelly, or Davis could opt out for other options. So when those decisions are made, the quarterback picture may become more clear. Of course, current Raiders starter Aiden O'Connell has a chance to make a strong case for the job in the final 5 games of the season, no matter who is leading the team. If Fields does emerge as the next Raiders quarterback, it would likely mean Kelly is being retained. Kelly was the Bears' assistant director of player personnel when Chicago drafted Fields out of Ohio State in the first round. So that's the big connection. Kelly sure knows Fields well. Now, perhaps Fields could be the target of a new regime because there is a chance the Bears could make him available in a trade. But the Kelly path seems like the clearest way the Raiders ending up with Fields. Now, here's the question. Is Fields worth pursuing? He is still young, and while the start of his career has been bumpy, he could be still have a nice future. He will be 25 on opening day in 2024, and Aiden O'Connell is 25 now. While Fields has skills and has some moments in the NFL, ball security has been an issue. He has thrown 27 interceptions and has fumbled 35 times in just 35 games. That's scary. He's also dealt with injuries. It will be interesting to see what Chicago would want for Fields. He probably wouldn't cost much more than a mid-round pick with some conditions perhaps. So the price may be right and he would still be on his rookie deal next year. So he would be affordable. So there are some reasons to think this would be worth looking into, especially if Kelly is running the show. Still focusing on a rookie quarterback at the top of the draft could be a more likely route. Whatever happens, the quarterback talk for 2024 is just beginning. So shout out to silverandblackpride.com for that. I know they wrote another article about the Raiders trade for Justin Fields in the new CBS 2024 mock draft. I'll get into that later, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that. What do you guys believe that the Raiders should give up for Justin Fields, and should the Raiders even entertain the fact about trading Justin Fields? Van City says, we must throw all our cards on the table for Jaden Lamar Action Jackson 2.0 Daniels. And Van City, I agree. Jaden Daniels is my top pick. Sean says, what I am afraid if we traded for Fields, will that make them not be aggressive in the first or second round of the quarterback in the draft? That's my only concern. And Sean, that's my concern. Doing more research on this and also the notes that you provided me, shout out to Sean Johnson for that. Sean, he DM'd me this. He said, would you take a flyer on Justin Fields? 2 years on a rookie deal. Champ Kelly was part of drafting him in Chicago. before coming to the Raiders, and he's a mobile quarterback. He's making $4 million per year the next 2 years, so that's $8 million on his remaining rookie deal the next 2 years. But you still draft a quarterback in the 2024 draft class. Salute to Sean Johnson and salute to the silverandblackpride.com. As they stated, Justin Fields, it's affordable. You're essentially trading for a quarterback that is on a rookie deal. You can put him in the quarterback room with Aiden O'Connell, and then you also go out and you draft a quarterback for the 2024 NFL draft. That is your quarterback room. Now, a lot of people are going to look at that quarterback room and not like it. I would not say they're wrong, because there's still a lot of question marks around the quarterback. Justin Fields has proven to not being able to take care of the ball. Is he a great running quarterback? I wouldn't say great. He's good. I know I believe he's had 1,000 yards in a season. I seen him play against us in his rookie year. I seen him play against one of the Niners. Really good defense, and he tore that defense up with his legs. The problem is his ball security with throwing and fumbling the football. As a quarterback, you got to take care of the football. That is one thing I credit Aiden O'Connell for. He has gotten very, very better at taking care of the football. He did against the Chiefs. He did it against the Jets, even though he had an interception in that game. He had poor taking care of the football in the Miami game when he had 3 interceptions. But for the most part, he has been taking care of the football really good outside of the Chargers games and the Dolphins game. And you could have asked for more from a rookie quarterback. Now, he's taking care of the football great. Like I said, he's taking care of the football. He's learning. But the problem with Aiden O'Connell, he's not mobile. He is a pocket passer. And anybody who argues against with me, I'm going to push back and continue to say he's a pocket passer. In 5 games, Aiden O'Connell has not shown us anything other than him being a pocket passer. And in today's NFL, the pocket passer is a thing of the past. You can only go so far with pocket passers. Nowadays, top quarterbacks are the Patrick Mahomes, who's a dual threat quarterback. Jalen Hurts, dual threat. Tua Tagovailoa, dual threat. Joe Burrow, dual threat. Trevor Lawrence, dual threat. Now, I know most people will say, well, those guys still utilize their arms. Yes, they do. They know that their team has a better shot at winning if they play that quarterback position and they throw the football. But they also know if guys are not open and there is a lane that is allowed for them to take off and run for the first down and possibly for a touchdown, they will take that chance. They will put their team in a position to win by taking off and running. When the pocket collapses, they are running. They are scrambling, extending the play. Aiden O'Connell sits back there and he does not move in the pocket. He doesn't scramble to extend plays. He doesn't take off and run for first downs. On a 4th and 1 play call, why do we not go for it on 4th down? Is because you got Aiden O'Connell as the quarterback. And I'm not saying this knocking down the rookie. I'm just saying that could be the mindset for years to come. Why? Because he's not a running quarterback. Could he be a running quarterback? He can. But if he's not doing it right now, this is going on coaching. And if he doesn't, this is what I'm afraid of, you guys. This is why I say if we stick with Aiden O'Connell in the 2024 season, not addressing the quarterback position, not drafting a top quarterback, not maybe trading for Justin Fields, here's what you're stuck with. If Aiden O'Connell continues to show that he is not going to run, that he is not going to escape the pocket when the pocket is collapsing, I'm sorry, you guys. Go get the most perfect O-line out there. The pocket isn't going to hold up for 17 games. There is going to be at some games, there is going to be where you are going to have to scramble. You are going to have to improvise. You are going to have to run and pick up a first down. You are going to have to run and pick up a touchdown. If Aiden O'Connell is not doing that on a consistent basis, then you're stuck. Because then you're going to have to put all this money. Once again, aren't we tired of the money always going to the offense and nothing to show for it? You're going to have to put money into the offensive line. You're going to have to put money into the receivers. Why? Because you have to build this offense to make the quarterback look good instead of the quarterback making everything else look good. that is what my issue with Aiden O'Connell so far. Now, could it work? It's a big maybe for me because, like I said, in today's NFL, it is all about the scrambling quarterbacks, the mobile quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes has won two. He has gone to 5 straight championships, 3 Super Bowl appearances, won 2 of them. And people not say he's not a mobile quarterback. He is. And for those people who at me and argued with me that he is not a mobile quarterback, I question what games are you watching? Because Patrick Mahomes is a mobile quarterback. He just knows, and shout out to Hondo Carpenter, because Hondo Carpenter also said the same thing on Graf's channel when he was a guest on that. He said Patrick Mahomes knows that he gives the Chiefs a better chance to win when he is in the pocket and he's throwing the football. But he knows when he has to take off and run. And he will pick up that first down. He will pick up the touchdown because he can hurt you with his legs also. Salute to Sean Johnson. Chicago did Justin Fields no favors. With a bad offensive line, with bad coaching, not enough weapons, they never set Fields up for success. Maybe a new start somewhere else, he will find better success. And Sean, that's why I'm open to the trade. Because, yeah, you're right. Chicago did him no favors. And for what he had, he still showed a little bit of the potential of the quarterback that he can possess. The only thing he does need to clean up is those turnovers. Those turnovers are on him. He has to clean that up. Now, would it look different with a good offensive line, with better wide receivers, with a dog in Josh Jacobs as your backfield, with a defense that actually is holding up and getting turnovers, getting you more opportunities? It could look different. Sean Johnson, that's why my ideal quarterback room in 2024 is Aiden O'Connell, Justin Fields, and Jaden Daniels. I like that. And I just got an update from NFL. I want to check on let's get the update's not coming. So let's get out of it. The update's not coming. Oh, dang. And I got a touchdown and I'm not. That's funny. Okay. I think it's one or the other, though. If we trade for Fields and move up for Daniels, our draft will start in like the 4th round. And I get it, Van. I get it. I hear you, Van City. A lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to trade up because their PTSD of the Trey Lance trade with the Niners. And also they use this argument. It's not a guaranteed that guys like Jaden Daniels, guys like Bo Nix are going to turn out to be superstar quarterbacks. You're right. Caleb Williams isn't guaranteed, but people are hyping that boy like there's no tomorrow. Caleb Williams could be one of the biggest busts in NFL history, and people are hyping him up like crazy. Drake May could be one of the biggest busts in NFL history, but they could also be one of the biggest superstars in the league. The thing is, my point is with that, every pick is a risk. It doesn't matter if it's a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, defensive tackle, defensive end. Every pick is a risk. The point that I'm making, are the Raiders going to be aggressive enough to change this shit around and not wait for a quarterback to fall to them? Let me ask you guys this. Imagine if Ziegler pulled the trigger and we heard on draft night the Raiders have traded up. They may have gave up a lot, but they traded up to get the 2nd overall pick. And with that pick, the Las Vegas Raiders pick CJ Stroud. Would you guys be upset? I know looking at it now, we'll be like, yes, of course we want CJ Stroud. But during draft night, not knowing what CJ Stroud could become, but knowing that he was the most ready quarterback out of the entire quarterback class, would you guys have been upset if Ziegler pulled the trigger, moved up, gave up picks to move up to number 2 to go grab CJ Stroud? Yeah, Jerome. Look at last year's first pick. Now I'm giving Tyree Wilson a little bit more time. I'm giving him a little bit more time, Jerome. But my thing is I value that quarterback position more than anything else. Why? Because the team will go as far as the quarterback can get them. I don't want to bring his name up, but go look at New Orleans. Go look at New Orleans. They have a great defense over there. Great weapons. Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, Jamal Williams, Michael Thomas. Their tight end isn't that bad either. They got a squad down in New Orleans. They're 5-7, you guys. They are 5-7. They're 5-7. They are third in their division. They should be first. They should not even be first by. They should not be first by like a tie or anything. They should be in first place and it not even be like a decision at the end of the season who wins that division. They should be having a winning record right now. If you look at their schedule, they should have a winning record. But I'm not going to go and make this, about him. I'm just saying the quarterback plays a lot. It doesn't matter if you have a great defense. It doesn't matter if you got elite receivers, an elite running back. People can kill the offensive line. I'm telling you right now, at some point, quarterbacks, not just him, you guys, I'm talking about in general, quarterbacks need to be held accountable. Because I know he ain't the only one that has his cult followers defending him. We already got people defending Aiden O'Connell. And I get it. He's a rookie. But I don't want to be handcuffed to him. I don't want to be I'm tired of seeing other teams going out and getting, their quarterback, getting the Joe Burrows, getting the Tua Tagovailoas, getting the Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs had to give up a lot, you guys. But they moved from the 27th pick to move up to the 10th overall pick, giving up their next year's first and giving up a third-round pick. Yes, they gave up a lot if you look at it. But was it worth it? Well, 5 AFC championships in a row, 3 Super Bowl appearances, 2 Super Bowl wins. And people could argue, well, he was going into an amazing, system. Alex Smith couldn't do shit with that system. He got him to the playoffs. Yeah. But wild card comes, you get eliminated to the Steelers by losing the field goals. The Steelers didn't even score a touchdown in that game, you guys, in the wild card. And the Steelers beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead. And then they lost in the divisional round. And then they lost in the divisional round again. You know what? What's even more funny? They were up 35-10 in that wild card game. Andy Reid was tired of his quarterback not getting the job done. Andy Reid was like, yes, I want to make the playoffs, but the playoffs are not where I stand. I want Super Bowl championships. So Alex Smith, go to the Commanders. We found our quarterback of the future in Patrick Mahomes. And from the outside looking in, Jalen Carter is a less of a diva than Williams. And you're right, Van City. And shout out to Sean Johnson. He sent me this earlier today that Caleb Williams is going to sit out of the Holiday Bowl. Caleb Williams, this is coming from ESPN, that Caleb Williams will not play in the Holiday Bowl. USC head coach Lincoln Riley announced. He is going Caleb Williams even said that he is going to sit out. He is not going to play in any of the bowl games. In any of the bowl games, you guys, he is not going to be playing. Salute to the Raider critique. What's up? What's up? What's up, my guy? And Jerome says, no, I meant the actual first pick. Oh, I thought you meant our first pick, Jerome. My bad. Yeah, like I said, Bryce Young, the most overhyped. Like he's hyped. He was hyped coming into the NFL draft. Now, given the Panthers just dismantled that team, he's going into a bad situation, but he's looking like a bust right now. That doesn't mean that can he be a superstar down the line? He could, but that's up to the Panthers. And the problem is the Panthers don't have a lot to work with. They moved up and gave gave up DJ Moore, gave up hella picks to move up and grab Bryce Young, and they're 1-10, and they think they have the first overall pick next year, but they don't because they traded that to the Bears for that first overall pick. For the Raiders, I know it could backfire on them, and a lot of people are afraid of that. Basically, are afraid of what the Panthers are going through. They're afraid of the Raiders going through that. But I'm telling you guys, the Raiders and the Panthers, two completely different teams. We got talent on this team. All we need is a quarterback. That is all we need. The Panthers, they needed hella shit over there. They need everything over there. With the Raiders, all we need is a quarterback. That's all we need. And we might need a wide receiver, and I'll explain why in just a second. Sean, I just don't know what McDaniels saw in Bryce Young. That was way better than CJ Stroud. It really makes me question his football IQ. He's a moron. For him to close the door on a CJ Stroud trade, I don't know what he's seen. And the thing is, I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's gone because this just shows me that he had a big ego. And for the Raiders, it was either his way or no one's way. And he didn't care if his way wasn't working. He would still go with his way. 2 seasons in, McDaniels, and your offense is struggling time after time after time. At this point, I was giving Derek Carr the benefit of the doubt that it wasn't his fault last season. Until I see him shitting the bed down in New Orleans. Now I'm like, okay, maybe it was just to tell that we had a horrible head coach and a horrible quarterback. Like that's what the 2022 season was. Like you put those two together and you get the 2022 season, 6-11. But yeah. First year in his system it's always been bad for him. Yeah, I hear they want Taysom Hill as a Saints fan standpoint, at least what I reading anyway. And you know what's crazy Raider critique? If you get a chance, and it might be out there in the YouTube world, if you guys get a chance, I was watching NFL Red Zone yesterday, you guys, and when Taysom Hill left the sideline and Derek Carr came running onto the field, the Saints fans booed Derek Carr coming back onto the field. That is how ugly it is getting down in New Orleans. I understand everyone is questioning Tyree Wilson, but if you read, he was always supposed to have a down rookie year. They drafted him knowing his second year would be when that foot would be 100% healed. And Chandler Jones was supposed to still be here. They didn't think that Chandler Jones was going to go on the things that he went through, the things that he was posting, just causing drama. Josh McDaniels and Ziegler did not know that. Now, they knew that he had off-the-field issues. It was reported. They knew he had off-the-field issues prior to the signing, but the 2022 season, he was good. And then come this offseason, just blows steam. Yeah, Raider T, that's all we want, man. That's all we want, man, is we just want to win. We just want to win. I hope he falls down the draft to the 8th round, bro. Van City, you funny, man. You funny. This team will not go anywhere until we have an elite quarterback. Look at the past 20 years. Bro, Van City, this is facts. I would even say we don't really need an elite. We need a great quarterback. I'll even go that. I'll go down to there. A great quarterback. Quarterbacks impact the games, you guys. Quarterbacks impact the games. And I know people will then throw in my face that Patrick Mahomes is having a down year, but go watch the games. If he doesn't have to do, he does just enough to win the football game. I'm tired of us going to get quarterbacks that do enough to lose the football game. What do I mean by that? They might not turn over the football. Like, they don't necessarily lose you the game, but they don't do anything to help you win the game. I'll bring up Aiden O'Connell once again, and I get it, you guys. He's a rookie. I'm hearing that all the time. He's a rookie. Can't beat up the kid too much. I'm not beating him up. He didn't turn over the football. He had one touchdown pass against the Chiefs. He had over 200 yards passing. I believe he was the top-rated quarterback that week. Good job, Aiden O'Connell. Now, what did you do to help us win the game? Because you didn't win the game. You lost the game. All those great accomplishments. You were the leader, quarterback leader in passer rating or in quarterback rating. You didn't turn over the football once. You didn't get a set. You got sacked. I think he got sacked once. He either got sacked once or I don't know. I don't know if he got sacked one time in that game. But again, he had a good game. He didn't lose us the game, but he didn't win the game either. Now I'm hoping next season, if Aiden O'Connell by some long shot is the quarterback of the future, I'm rooting for the kid. I'm not going against him. I'm not going to be like, damn, Aiden O'Connell's a starter. Now I hope the Raiders lose because that is not the quarterback of the future. That is, I hope the Raiders lose. Yeah, you guys see he turned over the foot. That's not going to be me. I'm going to be pissed if he turns over the football. But if he's out there balling, you shut me up, Aiden O'Connell. And that's all. I want you. Want you to don't give me anything to talk about. Shut me up and go win football games. I don't care about stats. I don't care about anything but wins. Jalen Hurts or Tom Brady, I'll bring up Jalen Hurts too, but Tom Brady had one of the best Super Bowl performances against the Eagles in 2018. Doesn't matter. They don't remember you for that. You know what they remember you? Being on the losing end of a Super Bowl championship. Jalen Hurts had one of the best Super Bowl performances. I think he had 4 total touchdowns in that game. Yeah, he had that one turnover that likely cost them the game. They don't talk about that, about his 4 touchdowns. They talk about he was on the losing end of a Super Bowl championship. No one talks about teams that lose games. They talk about teams that win games and find teams to win games. They talk about quarterbacks that put the team on their back and win football games. Is that Justin Fields? Maybe. Is that Aiden O'Connell? Maybe. Is that any of the rookie quarterbacks coming out? Maybe. But I'm willing to go with Sean's idea. Let's get 3 maybes instead of 1 maybe in the building. One of these got to work. Whether that's Fields, Aiden, or the rookie quarterback. One of these got to work. And if they all 3 don't work, well, you're back to the draft. You're back to the draft. But a lot of people don't want to take that chance. That, damn, we missed out on the draft. We got to start over. This isn't Madden, y'all. This is not Madden. You're not just going to draft someone and put it on rookie mode and boom, your rookie quarterback is the MVP of the Super Bowl, MVP of the regular season. It isn't. Some of y'all got to get Madden out of y'all brains. It's not going to just flip in one. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. I'm like bugging out right now. Internet is tweaking right now. Questioning McDaniels' football IQ is like questioning a hooker's. Bro, man, see you a fool for that one, bro. Jerome, we have a way better team than Carolina, so it would be smart to get that quarterback of the future in those drafts. If that is our guy, F it, go get him before it's too late. And I want to show you guys the draft order right now. I'm gonna show you guys the draft order. So here's the draft order. This is prior to the Monday night game. This is the draft order, you guys. We got the Bears 1, Patriots 2, Cardinals 3, Commanders 4, Bears 5, Giants 6, Titans 7, Jets 8, Saints 9, Raiders 10. The Bears are going to pick a quarterback. Patriots are going to pick a quarterback. The Bears probably going to get their wide receiver there. Cardinals and Commanders, it's iffy because we don't know if the Cardinals are giving up on Kyler Murray, but they got a big contract that they're going to have to deal with. Commanders, they got Sam Howell, and he's leading the league in yards. Giants is a question mark, but I think they're going to give Daniel Jones. I mean, they just signed to a new deal. They're not going to give up on him. Titans, they just drafted Will Levis last year. The Jets, they got Aaron Rodgers, but the Jets is a team to watch out because the Jets need to get that successor to Aaron Rodgers when he's done. And Zach, if you're willing to bet that Zach Wilson is that successor, bro, after this season, the Jets may go get their quarterback. And the Saints are the same way. Now, the Saints are in a little bit of a pickle, given with the Derek Carr contract. They're gonna eat money if they give up on Carr. So are they gonna ride it out, or are they gonna draft a quarterback in the future? And they also got Jake Haener from in last year's draft. So will be interesting to see what the Saints do at 9. But if I'm the Raiders, you got to jump from 10 to 3 or 4. What do you guys think about that? If you're the Raiders, what are you guys thinking about jumping to the 3rd or the 4th pick? Now, I'm not saying Cardinals or Commanders because this could change, because I believe the Jets are going to go more up. I believe the Jets are going to go more up, possibly go into the top 5. And again, we're leading somewhere with this, you guys. I'm leading somewhere with the Jets and the Raiders. Would you guys be okay trading up to the 3 or the 4 overall pick? Yeah, and Raiders could see, yeah, bro. And he got 15. I believe he got 15 sacks on the season. He got 15 sacks on the season. And yeah, Sean, I seen that video, and they did. They did. Aiden O'Connell and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow had similar 5 rookie in the first 5 rookie games. They had similar games, and that's why I'm saying we should give Aiden time, but you have to have an out, because these first 5 games he hasn't really showed you anything. Now, did Burrow and Allen show anything? Here's the difference, Sean. Those are 2 first-round picks. Teams are not going to give up on a first-round pick like they would give up on a 4th rounder. They're going to give those first-rounders more time. They're going to give them a little bit of more leeway. Aiden's a 4th rounder. He doesn't have leeway. He has to take advantage of these opportunities. Now, does this mean that Aiden is a bust? No. This can mean that Aiden could be, one of those top quarterbacks with Josh Allen, with Joe Burrow. Maybe. But it's a maybe to where, do we go address everything else? We address defense, offensive line, and we go into the 2024 season with Aiden O'Connell not having no quarterback competition, and he is the starter for the 2024 season. No quarterback competition. You sign backups in free agency, but you're giving Aiden O'Connell the keys after this season. I know you wouldn't do it, Sean, but would everybody in the chat, would you guys do that? Because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. And yeah, absolutely. Winning over stats. Stats don't win. You're right. Yeah, stats don't win. Or unless it's touchdown passes and all that. But going over 4,000 yards in a season, having 2,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yards rushing doesn't mean anything if your team is 6-11 or 5-12. Doesn't mean anything. Van City, $53 million of dead money. Saints fans started a GoFundMe to cover the debt. Bro, I seen that. And that had me weak. Hey, Raider Critique, I'm glad you brought this up, brother. I'm glad you brought this up. Because let's get into the next thing, you guys. Let's get into the next thing. And I know I was going to bring up the Justin Fields trade to the Raiders in the draft, but let's get into this one, you guys. Let's revisit an article by BleacherReport.com by Tyler Conway. This was back on November 19th, 2023. The NFL trade rumors. The Jets want Raiders Davante Adams in 2024 for Aaron Rodgers reunion. Now, this is rumors, you guys. This isn't like a known fact. This is rumors. The rumor is that the New York Jets are reportedly expected to pursue a trade for Davante Adams this offseason. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported the Jets, who attempted to acquire Adams before this year's trade deadline, are intent on reuniting the Pro Bowl wideout with Aaron Rodgers. The Raiders rebuffed New York's trade attempts ahead of the deadline, but Adams has been frustrated with the trajectory of Las Vegas offense at points in the 2023 season. Again, you guys, mind you, this is about like 4 weeks ago. I believe this is before. No, this is after, I believe. Yeah, this is after the firing of McDaniels. So we know he did have frustrations. 1 month later, it could be a different story. He could be, the happiest guy, but I wouldn't be shocked if he's still frustrated. The Jets have littered their roster with familiar faces for Rodgers, with Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, and Billy Turner being among the notable names to come over after stints in Green Bay. Former Packers offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett also holds the same role now with the Jets. Rodgers is currently rehabbing a torn Achilles suffered in Week 1's win over the Buffalo Bills. He's been angling for an in-season return, one that would make history given the typical nature of Achilles injuries, but will only come back if the Jets are in the playoff picture. New York sits at, they're at 4-7 now, heading into Sunday's game against the Buffalo Bills. The Jets' wide receiver depth is currently topped by second-year star Garrett Wilson, who has racked up this is probably more, you guys. I'm not going to really go into this, but it says Wilson and Adams would instantly become one of the NFL's best 1-2 punches at the wideout spot, given Rodgers arguably the best duo of his career. It remains to be seen whether Las Vegas will be willing to part with Adams, particularly as the team plays well under interim coach Antonio Pierce. So I wanted to bring that up, you guys. Why? Because how would you guys feel if the Raiders to move up to the 3rd or 4th overall pick, the Jets were there, and the Jets was like, you know what we want? We'll give you the 3rd overall pick if you give us Davante Adams. You know what? We'll even throw in Quillen Williams in there. We'll give you the Quillen Williams defensive tackle. You guys need a defensive tackle. We'll throw that 1st-round pick in there, and we'll give you, and you guys give us Davante Adams. I'm not going to lie, you guys. I'm taking that trade in a heartbeat. I am trading Davante Adams away. Why? Because, like I said earlier, I value great elite quarterback play over anything else. Now, people may ask, well, Davante Adams, we would be losing more games if we didn't have Davante Adams. Guys, we're 5-7 right now. We're losing now with Davante Adams. Like, what are y'all talking about? It's not like we're 8-4, 9-3. We're 5-7. We're losing now with Davante. So losing without Davante, is going to hurt your fanboy of him? Like, bro, I like Davante. I love Davante. But if that means that we could trade, we have to get rid of him. So not only he has a chance at a Super Bowl that he desperately needs to solidify, he's already a Hall of Famer, but to add that accomplishment to his resume would be big for him. He's 31 years old. I would do that trade in a heartbeat to go get the quarterback that we need for the future. And who knows? Go get a wide receiver in the draft with that other 1st-round pick. Jerome, that's exactly what I'm saying. Got to jump up and get a quarterback. I trade DA to do it. Bro, he typed this before I even said it. I trade DA to do it too while he has value also. Jerome, My point exactly, man. My point exactly. A-Rod is going to demand a Devontae trade. If we get there first in Quentin Williams / Sauce Gardner, I don't think Sauce Gardner will be in that trade van, but I think it could be a first in Quentin Williams. He said, I will fly to Vegas and personally drive Tay to the airport. Oh, man. Bro, that's hella funny. Van City, for clarification, we will have all the leverage. Champ can fleece them. And yeah, we will. The reason we are going to draft a quarterback is most likely the new offense coordinator will want a dual threat quarterback in his offensive scheme. And Sean, it is because, Sean, that is the new type of quarterback league that we're in. It's all about the dual threat quarterbacks. Jerome, hell no. Got to draft a quarterback this year and high also, not some third or fourth round guy. I agree, Jerome. At first, I was okay drafting a third or fourth round guy, but the more I'm looking at the talent, the more I'm like, bro, these guys are going to go early. These guys are going to go early. And if you want your guy, you cannot be in a position like I want, like last year, I want CJ Stroud, and you don't do nothing. You don't pull the trigger. I want people in that staff like, no, we want this guy, pull that trigger. Whoever the GM is, pull that trigger. I want him. That is the guy. And hopefully they do their scouting and their homework correctly. I do know a Devontae Adams trade is $25 million in dead cap hit for the Raiders in 2024. Might have to eat it. We will also have a $12 million dead cap money with Chandler Jones, $12 million dead cap with Jimmy G money. So that will total in $49 million in dead cap potentially with Tay Jones and Jimmy G. Shit, bro. But would you do it, Sean? Still, if that means you get your quarterback of the future, possibly, I'm not saying we will, but that we possibly can get an elite or great quarterback, are you eating that money? Because the elite wide, bro, it doesn't matter if we have Devontae Adams on this team if we don't have a quarterback that can get him the ball. Like, I think Aiden O'Connell got him the ball 13 times. I think him and Jimmy G are tied on getting Devontae 13 catches. But it doesn't matter if Devontae Adams is here and we don't have a quarterback that can get him the ball. It doesn't matter if Hunter Renfrow is here and we're not like we said with McDaniels, it doesn't matter if Hunter Renfrow is here. We're not using him. I'll say the same thing with Devontae. It doesn't matter if Devontae's here if we're not throwing him the ball accurately. Accurately, you guys. That's the key. You could give him 10 targets. It doesn't matter if all 10 balls are overthrown his head or underthrown or going to the sideline. And that's what I think, Sean. It will even itself out. It will even itself out. Oh, thank you, Sean, for reminding me. Don't forget to go over the top 42 quarterback salaries and why we got to go quarterback on a rookie deal. Now, this, we can look at it in many, many different ways. I will say that. But I'll do the top. Oh, we got a tie. Here's the top 9 quarterbacks. Joe Burrow at $55 million. Justin Herbert, $52.5 million. Lamar Jackson, $52 million. Jalen Hurts, $51 million. Russell Wilson, $49 million. Kyler Murray, $46.1 million. Deshaun Watson, $46 million. Patrick Mahomes, $45. Josh Allen, $43. And then you got a tie, like a 3-way tie with Daniel Jones, Matt Stafford, and Dak Prescott earning $4. Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr are earning $37.5. Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, $35 and $33. Ryan Tannehill, $29. Geno Smith, $25. Jimmy G, $24. Jordan Love, $13. Bryce Young, $9. Trevor Lawrence, $9. CJ Stroud, $9. Zach Wilson, $8. Trey Lance, $8. Anthony Richardson, $8. Jacoby Brissett, $8. Tua Tagovailoa, $7. Taylor Heineke, $7. Mitchell Trubisky, $5. Tyrod Taylor, $5. Andy Dalton, Marcus Mariota, Jarrett Stidham, $5. Justin Fields, 4.7. Sam Darnold, 4.5. Drew Lock, Baker Mayfield, Mike White, Jameis Winston at 4. Mac Jones, and Kenny Pickett at 3. Now, people look at that list and it's like, why are we going to go young when half of the people who are not getting paid big bucks, they're a bunch of busts? Well, I'll say this. Trevor Lawrence and CJ Stroud they're not looking like busts. Anthony Richardson, before his injury, wasn't looking like a bust. Tua Tagovailoa already being one of the top passers in the league. And then you got Justin Fields, who, if we trade for him, you're only paying him $4 million. Why do I bring this up? You guys, if we want to build an offensive line, think about this, you guys. Let's go back to 2015, 2016. This was when the Raiders were on a come up. And dang, I might lose in fantasy. That is crazy. Trevor Lawrence ain't doing nothing for me, you guys. Let's go back to 2015, 2016. What did the Raiders have that they could spend on, they were willing to spend on, but what happened after they couldn't afford it? So here's what happened. 2015, 2016, the Raiders have the most expensive offensive line in the league. Now, how could they afford it? Well, they had Khalil Mack on a rookie deal. They had Derek Carr on a rookie deal. They had Latavius Murray on a rookie deal. They had Amari Cooper on a rookie deal. Michael Crabtree on a cheap deal. Clive Walford, rookie deal. You guys see where I'm heading with this? The reason why they were able to beef up the O-line the way it was they had money to spend on a need based off rookie contracts that came out that year. Now, I will say that also falls on the GM because a rookie contract doesn't mean shit if the player isn't performing. I will agree on that. But if we're so afraid, if we play scared when it comes to the draft, we're never going to be contenders. There's got to be a switch in the Raiders organization that's like, we got to attack the draft head on. We can't be playing these draft picks safe. We can't be scared because of what media is going to think. Go draft your guy that you believe is going to make a difference on the field and in the locker room. I'm tired of us getting development players. When are we going to draft guys that we could plug and play? Because that was another thing in the 2016 team. You plugged in Amari Cooper, immediate star. Derek Carr, immediate star. Khalil Mack, immediate star. You got Latavius Murray from a UDFA. He made him a star thanks to an offensive line. Gabe Jackson. And it does help to have some veterans. I'm not saying don't go after the veterans, just don't overspend on these guys. Don't overspend because they got the big name. How would we feel about trading Tate and the Jets for their first and Williams and then picking Michael Penix and Rome Oduzane? It'll be like bro, Van City, I'll be here for it. I'll be here for it. And Jerome, never mind. I'm not going against Chase. I'm going against, Mixon is destroying me right now. And what's funny, I'm not losing by a lot. I just need Trevor Lawrence to get his head out his ass and start throwing some touchdowns. Sean says the 2016 offensive linemen for the Raiders included Ronnie Hudson, Gabe Jackson, Donald Penn, Kelechi Osemele, and Austin Howard. Imagine we had that offensive line now. Wow, and Sean, we can. The thing is, we don't have the resources to do that. What do I mean? We're paying a lot of guys big money. The offense is one of the most expensive offenses in the league, and that's not their offensive line. That is the wide receivers. That is Josh Jacobs. That is Jimmy G getting paid. Like, That's not the offensive line. Colton Miller, that's your left tackle getting paid, but outside of him, who else is getting the big money? That no one. And I'm not saying you got to go get, big money equals, big product. It doesn't. It doesn't. But they were able to address the offensive line. In 2014, Derek Carr's rookie year, the offensive line was a big problem protecting Carr. Now, Carr was not sacked a lot, but he was dealing with a lot of pressure. He also didn't have any receivers. They beefed up the offensive line, and they were able to go get Amari Cooper in the draft and bring over Michael Crabtree. Now, we're going to have a lot of money to spend in free agency. What I'm meaning is, if you get a guy on a rookie on a rookie contract in the quarterback position, we could beef up the O-line. We could beef up the defensive line, and not just for next year, but for years to come. You're able to build off of that. And you could do it with Aiden, but you can also do it with the next year's quarterback. And next year's quarterback, you draft him in the first, you potentially can build that team into a Super Bowl contender in 5 years. You have 5 years to make, show you can be a playoff contender, but you can also be a Super Bowl contender. Because what ends up happening after teams pay their quarterbacks? Derek Carr got paid it slowly went downhill. Joe Burrow got paid, he gets hurt, and they were even with them. They were not on their season was a little rocky. Josh Allen, season's a little rocky. Patrick Mahomes, his season's rocky. He's just lucky he's in a terrible division. And Jerome, yeah, you're right. It's two things. It's horrible free agent deals and it's bad drafting. That is a setup. That is a setup for failure. That is a setup for failure. But anyways, you guys, I don't want to kill it too much. Let's talk about this playoff picture. Now, I did a playoff machine on ESPN. Salute to Sean Johnson for showing me this. And there is a way for the Raiders to make the playoffs. And it would basically be them making it to the 7th seed and them playing the Kansas City. Now, I'm not going to lie. Would I want to make the playoffs just for us to get smacked by the Kansas City Chiefs and Arrowhead on Wild Card Weekend on national television? I don't know how I feel about that. But to make fans happy that want to make the playoffs, you make the playoffs at 9-8, and you go on the road to play the Kansas City Chiefs on Wild Card Weekend. How does that happen? Well, it starts with them beating the Vikings, but you need the Steelers to lose. You're going to need Denver to lose, and you're going to need the Texans to lose. But even if they lose, they're still going to it's wonky, you guys. It's wonky. The Steelers, you need them to lose, and you need Indy to lose. Indy needs to somehow lose to the Bengals. And I say somehow because that is very unlikely that Cincinnati is going to beat Indy, just given the quarterback situation. And then the following week, the Raiders need to beat the Chiefs. And the Vikings then need to beat the Bengals. And then here's where it gets really weird. The Steelers and the Colts play a head-to-head matchup in Week 15. The team that we would want, we need Indy to win. We would need Indy to knock off the Steelers in that game. And then we need Detroit to knock off Denver. Basically, I'm just hoping that our teams lose out, that our division teams, they lose out. And then in Week 16, I predicted the Steelers were going to pick up a win against Cincinnati. The Bills beat the Chargers. Houston beats the Browns. Titans lose to the Seahawks. We need the Falcons to knock off the Colts. And this is even with us losing in Arrowhead against the Chiefs in Week 16. We would need the Falcons to knock off the Colts. And then, let me see if I missed anything here. And yeah, the Colts and the Steelers are the two games we need to be eyeing, but the Colts is the sneaky team. And that leads us up to the Week 17 matchup. That is essentially a playoff game, you guys. If everything goes according to what I have predicted, the Raiders would need to win that game in order to have a shot, and then they would have to beat the Broncos the following week in order for them to make the playoffs. And you would need the Steelers to lose against the Ravens, and they would need to lose against the Seahawks in Week 17 and Week 18. You beat the Colts, and then in Week 18, you would also need the Colts to lose to Houston, which Week 17 and Week 18 is really, really likely. But the Raiders need to take care of business. There was another scenario with the 10-7 record. I'm not going to get into that. That's probably we'll probably dedicate a entire live show on the playoff picture after we come back from, well, we're currently off our bye week, but once we come back from the game against the Vikings, seeing how that turned out, we'll see how the playoff picture unfolds. If they beat the Vikings, we'll revisit it and we'll dedicate an entire live. Me and Nate will come off and we'll dedicate an entire live to the playoff picture. We'll share our screen and we'll discuss it. Let me see. Jerome says if Kansas City loses a few games, also it could be someone else we play. They have a couple of teams that could beat them. And that is true, Jerome. But I'm just thinking Kansas City is Kansas City at the end of the day. So that is very likely. But yeah, we could play somebody else. You're right. We have 9 draft picks in 2024. Draft at the moment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3 7s. Plus, we have 70 plus million to spend in free agency. 2024, possibly closer to 100, but definitely 70 million. Salute to so much information from Sean Johnson. Telling you guys, he is like the Raiders. He is the Ian Rapoport of Raider Nation. Salute to my guy, Sean Johnson, giving us all the info, giving me all the info to bring this live show to you guys. But yeah, you guys, man, if you guys have not got a chance already, hit that subscribe button. We're going to end it here. Thank you guys for pulling up. Thanks for everyone pulling up, rocking with me tonight. I know there's our boys Mount Shieldmore are going live in about an hour. So go tune in, go rock with Mount Shieldmore. Love those guys over there, always giving us support over here on our channel. I just want to give them their support. I mean, they're working hard, they're grinding. So guys, they deserve all the support that they get. I can't thank them enough for what they do for our channel over here at Raiders Primos. But yes, you guys, if you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you guys anything. We are closing in at 450 subscribers. We're at 425, you guys. So share the link like wildfire. Let's get in on 450. We are closing in. Hit that like button on the way out. Hit that bell so you guys are not late to any future live shows and to not be late on any content that we upload to the channel. Be the first one to see our community posts, our short videos, and be the first one to come on in on a live show. I would love to see you guys all the time rocking with us. Every single time we come on, it's fun. I love talking Raiders ball. But till next time, we are going to preview the Vikings and Raiders. I don't know when, you guys. My apologies. My work schedule is up and down throughout the work week, and Nate has been working evenings as of late. So our schedules have been kind of wonky as of late to really bring the live shows to you. I want to just, be straight up honest with you guys. It's not like I don't enjoy doing this. I don't want to come on. It's that I'm working late nights most of the time, working 11, 12-hour shifts, and my body is tired. But I am going to try my best. If I have the time, I'm going to try my best. I'm always planning new shows. I just never get the time to do them. Like that's what sucks. Like me and Nate are always planning new shows and what we're going to talk about, what we're going to discuss. But we never have the time to really dedicate that time to do it. And we don't want to stop doing Raiders Primos, you guys. We don't. We love doing these shows. We love dropping videos for you guys. We love talking with you guys. Like, you guys don't know how like amazing it is that we can come on and just talk Raiders football. After a loss, we can all vent and scream at each other, even though I can't hear you guys. But I know y'all are probably, probably screaming at your screens too. We need that. We need that. Like, as Raider fans, we need that. We're family. We may fight, we may disagree, but we keep it respectful over here at Raiders Primo. So hit that like, hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next one. We love you guys. Peace.